and welcome to a new season of Moving On. I'm Joanne Smith. On today's program, building the body buff and beautiful. But first, Rick Hansen and the late Christopher Reeve are well known for having raised millions of dollars for people with disabilities. As disabled people, their interest in the cause was understandable. But how to explain the motivation of a man who's not disabled, has no family members who are, and yet has raised millions to promote awareness of people with disabilities? Toronto's Vims Vigor is just such a person. Here's his story.
I just want to give you a very warm welcome to be here on the occasion of our second Rolling Rampage.
Everybody in this room and from that room. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Keep helping and keep the flame lit. Thank you very much. This torch is a symbol of hopes, dreams burning within human spirit. My father always used to say that you're like a tea bag. You don't know how much you can do. You don't know your strength till you get into hot water. My father, he used to say that making a living for yourself is not an accomplishment. It is what you can do for others that matters. We do right now 3 events a year. We launched Rolling Rampage last year, inviting the big world-class wheelchair athletes to come. Terry Fox Hall of Fame grew out of Foundation's desire to recognize extraordinary people who have changed the lives of other people. The Great Valentine Gala is the celebration of the abilities of people with disability. We give King Clancy Award to people who have done outstanding work to help people with disability. I'm from India, and I immigrated to Canada in 1967. I had the opportunity to go to any country. I chose Canada because Canada has peaceful atmosphere where you can have the opportunities to dream and do whatever you want to do.
How many hours a day do you spend working in the furniture store versus working in the foundation?
Well, I work about 20% or 30% of my time. I spend it in business, and about 70% of my time I spend with the foundation. Right next door to this store is the Canadian Foundation for the Physically Disabled Persons. So I don't waste any time when I come from the store to run the foundation. Hi, Dorothy, have you heard from the Queen's Park yet?
Yes.
An assistant to my wife at the Crippled Children's Center asked me to raise some money to establish homes for people with physical disabilities. And after that, I got, I guess, addicted to it.
How that good deed blossomed when we return. Vims Vigor knew nothing of the disability movement when he came to Canada over 30 years ago. Times have changed for Vim and the movement. Here's the second part of our story.
I don't have anybody disabled in my family. Politicians don't pay too much attention to them. So anything you can do for them makes a great deal of difference in their lives.
He knows a lot of people, and he goes to them and he says, I want you to do this for me, and you just don't want to say no.
One thing that stands out when Vim comes in the room is his absolute passion about the event. He will sit there and he will convince you that it is the most important thing to do in this country.
Hi, Vim, I apologize. That's okay.
On behalf of the entire Paralympic team, I'd like to give a very special thank you to Vim Vigor. He is a very, very special man to all of us. He has dedicated his life to try to improve the lives of all people with disabilities.
We have absolutely no funding from the government on any other agency. So in that way, it is a fundraiser, but our basic mission is not so much as to raise money as to spread the awareness, inspire the people, change the attitude of people about disability. We give approximately $100,000 to Paralympics because we are a Paralympic team sponsor. The biggest thing is to surround yourself with people who are much more capable than you are, and then with them you form a team, so the whole team goes to work. Rick, why don't you meet Jeff Adams?
Hi Jeff, how you doing?
Jeff Adams was a great inspiration. He's the chair of the 10K.
Yeah. Honorary chair.
Honorary.
The guy who doesn't do the work.
I think that Vim and the Canadian Foundation have really put the focus on ability, and that's something I love, and that's what sport does too. You know, we highlight the ability, we celebrate overcoming the barrier. So to use that as a vehicle to transmit the messages of the Canadian Foundation, it's a hand in the glove.
Won the gold, South African, winner of last year's Rolling Rampage, Ernst van Dijk. And last but not least, two-time Olympian, a six-time world champion, Toronto's own Tower of Power, Jeff Adams!
Ernst is in great shape this year, so am I. There's about 5 other guys who could win it, so yeah, it'll be really interesting.
It's going to come down between me, Jeff, Kelly, Saul, and Craig.
10 seconds. We're going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
It's going to be all about tactics, who's on the right spot at the right moment.
Basic secret is never to give up.
2, 1.
Never take no for an answer, because once you refuse to take no for an answer, then the success automatically comes. These are the people who have participated in the events of the Canadian Foundation for the Physically Disabled. When we did the 3rd gala and we went to the 4th gala, I knew I had to get a big star, big name star, so we went after Bob Hope. And once he came aboard, we jumped from $300,000 to $900,000, and we have raised total of about over $16 million. Terry Fox Hall of Fame raises another $250,000.
Thank you so much.
We get nominations from all across Canada. They choose 4 people every year. The Rolling Rampage raised about $210,000.
Having this kind of an event in Canada means a lot to me, both as an athlete and as a guy who's trying to make a living as an athlete.
And we started with a purse of $30,000 in prizes, and this is one of the highest purse given anywhere in the world.
That was important because you need to have top racers there to make it a good event. It's a 39-kilometer-an-hour sprint to the finish, and you get nobody wanting to give up an inch. You end up running out of inches pretty quickly.
There was some contact with 2 laps to go, but that's the way it goes. And then I shouldn't have got into Mendoza's wheels like that. It was my mistake.
I thought I was out of the race, but as the race went on, I saw the front pack closer and closer, so I'm like, shoot for it. Myself in second. It's too bad. Probably I have a good chance to win the race.
10 And this guy should call Toronto his second home, the second-time winner of the Rolling Rampage, representing South Africa, world record holder, Ernst van Dijk.
Kudos to Ernst for defending. That's not easy to do.
It was hard. It was a very long sprint.
Congratulations, gold, silver, bronze.
It went amazing. I think Rolling Rampage is becoming a symbol for the physically disabled as to what they can accomplish. And our motto is becoming true, saying that wheelchair is no longer a symbol of disability, but it is a symbol of freedom.
I think the more events like this we have in Canada, the better it will be for Canadians.
I think I'm making a difference. I'm following my father's footsteps. It's a pleasure which I wouldn't give up for all the tea in China.